bringing the people behind our food to life.
The farm started about 3 years ago, and the way it all came about was that I was walking my dog on a piece of school district property, and he got off leash, went running off, and I found this garden, basically a wild garden that hadn't been worked in for years. And I really thought that I saw potential there, for a work site, for a place where our youth that we're already training for the workforce, where they could have a safe haven job, where they could learn about having a good work ethic, being on time, being self-motivated. Working outside really teaches you that, and working outdoors with your hands, you really learn those things. In the past, I've worked for nonprofits. Before I went into sales, I was working for Habitat for Humanity and other nonprofits. So I've always been interested in supporting youth and urban youth, at-risk youth. I've always kind of had a heart for them, particularly the teen moms. I just think that they have such a great chance to form a young life, in a positive way. And they are just so resilient that, I really want them to do well. We spoke with the school district, spoke with our funding source, and they took Work Systems Inc. They took this major leap of faith and decided to fund this project. And then the district gave us the land for free. And so we've been working there, enrolling kids for the past 3 years. When our kids first get into the program, they don't know where potatoes come from. They don't know, where to plant things, how to plant things. One of my students, I told him to deadhead the flowers, and he went through and deadheaded all the eggplants. And we were like, well, that means we don't get eggplants this season. And that was a rough lesson to learn. It's a huge learning curve. And so for a student to come from having no concept of how their food is grown to being able to take things home, and some of our kids have patio gardens now in their apartments. They've been able to grow some salad greens at home. They come in, one of our students comes in every Friday to harvest for his mom and take some salad at home to his family. And so they know the names of things, they have a favorite plant. So it's a big learning curve, but they seem to make it every summer. They go from knowing nothing to being completely immersed in it. So it's awesome. Today is a field trip that we're doing with the Tigard School District. It's part of the class. So the students come out to Symington Gardens today.
Welcome everybody, first and foremost. It's really, really nice to have you guys out here.
And they're harvesting and planting greens and just helping them out, but also learning about how to run an organic farm.
So we have garlic, which this is called spring garlic. So people will eat this. We're selling these to restaurants right now.
They have provided a lot of opportunities for our youth to be able to farm at an organic farm, and then also to be able to take what they learn here and bring it back to our place. This is kind of like the training ground for our farmers. And Mike and Kara have been really supportive. Something I've noticed through our whole population is that they are really up for a challenge, and that's been really great because this is challenging work. Our kids have said a lot about their experiences, sometimes not always positive, sometimes they're just it's such hard work. But our students usually talk about how they are more cognizant of what they're eating, what they're putting into their bodies. I have students that don't eat fast food anymore, which for high school students, it's kind of astounding. And our teen moms, we have quite a few this year in the program, and they talk about being more interested in finding healthy things to feed to their children because they see the connection there. The outcome from this program is that 99% of our students graduate high school. For just a statistic, it's a pretty amazing statistic because we're working with students that have a lot of barriers to their success, and they have a lot working against them. And so to see all of our kids graduating is really, really gratifying, and I feel like that's really what we're about, is to help them get to the next step. I think our students learn how to be on time, how to show up, and how to be enthusiastic about the work they're doing. Because that's one of the things that we harp on with them, is that you won't love every single task you do at any job. No job is perfect. But if you have a positive attitude about it, you'll end up being pretty okay with it. You might not love it, but you'll still, you'll be able to do it. They're learning how to be the kind of people that you want to employ. People in the workforce want to employ go-getters that are willing to do whatever it takes to be successful, and our kids they're those people.
I think a way to get kids to really enjoy what they're eating and to be a part of the family meal is to include them in the process. By being a part of it, they're more apt to eat it and more apt to try things that they wouldn't ordinarily try.